You know that moment, you're lying in bed, barely settled, and your dog quietly climbs up, turns in a circle, and presses their warm body right against your legs. Maybe it happens every night. Maybe you smile, pull the blanket a little tighter, and think, he just loves me. And you're right. But that's only the surface. That's the part you can easily see. What's happening underneath, the biological, evolutionary, and deeply instinctive reason your dog chooses your side of the bed, your exact body heat, your specific presence, that's a different story entirely. And once you understand it, the way you look at your dog will never be quite the same. Because what most people interpret as a simple display of affection is actually a complex communication system that dates back tens of thousands of years. Your dog isn't just being cute. He's doing something ancestral, something with a purpose. And here's the point, by the end of this video, you'll see something your dog does every day from a completely different perspective. Something so specific, so subtly perceptible, that most owners never realize it. It's something researchers have only begun to fully understand in the last decade, and it completely changes the meaning of when your dog not only sleeps near you, but stays close in ways you never questioned. Stay with me until the end. Each point we address will profoundly impact how you understand your dog. 1. The first thing you need to understand is that dogs are not solitary sleepers by nature. They never were. In the wild, canids, wolves, wild dogs, their common ancestors, sleep in physical contact with their pack. Not near each other. On each other. Pressed together, sharing warmth, regulating body temperature collectively. This behavior isn't incidental, it's survival strategy. A study published in the journal Animal Behavior found that wolves who sleep in tighter clusters show lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, than wolves who sleep at the periphery of the group. So when your dog presses against your legs at night, they're not being clingy. They're activating a physiological calming system that evolution built into them over thousands of generations. You are his pack. Your body is their signal of safety. And the physical pressure of contact, skin to fur, warmth to warmth, genuinely lowers their stress in ways that being in the same room but not touching simply doesn't replicate. Which means every time you gently push them off the bed, you may be removing the one thing that tells their nervous system, all is well tonight. 2. Here's something that surprises most dog owners. Your dog doesn't just choose to sleep next to you. They choose where specifically to sleep next to you, and that location is not random. Dogs read the human body with extraordinary precision. They're drawn to areas of greatest heat output, which in humans tend to be the chest, the abdomen, and the neck. If your dog consistently curls up against your stomach or chest rather than your feet, that's worth paying attention to. Research from the University of Vienna has shown that dogs can detect subtle changes in human heart rate and respiration patterns from very close distances. They're not just attracted to warmth, they're monitoring you. A dog that positions themselves near your core isn't just comfortable, they're attuned. They've learned, through repeated nights of proximity, exactly what your normal breathing sounds like, what your resting heart rate feels like through vibration, what calm you smells like. And when something shifts, when you're sick, anxious, or physiologically off, they notice it before you do. We'll come back to exactly how significant that is. But first, let's talk about what sleeping position actually tells you about your dog's emotional state. 3. The way your dog positions their body against you is a specific kind of language, one that behaviorists have spent years decoding. A dog that sleeps completely pressed along your side, back touching your back, is displaying what's called contact-seeking behavior rooted in security, not anxiety. But a dog that sleeps curled tight, facing away from you, is doing something subtly different. They're comfortable enough to be vulnerable, turning their back because they trust you to watch the direction they can't. Dogs in the wild sleep in circles precisely to cover all angles of threat. When your dog sleeps with their back against you, they've assigned you the other half of that circle. You are, in the most literal behavioral sense, their co-sentinel. Meanwhile, a dog that sleeps stretched out and loose, belly exposed, legs splayed, is showing you the highest form of physical trust a dog can express. The belly is the most vulnerable part of any animal's body. Exposing it while asleep means your dog's nervous system has fully classified this space as zero threat. That's not just love. That's a physiological declaration of safety. And it took time, consistency, and you, specifically you, to earn it. And if this is already shifting something in the way you see your dog, stay with us. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is exactly what this channel exists to do: take the things your dog does every single day and show you what's really happening underneath. Because understanding your dog changes everything about how you show up for them. 4. Let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: the role of scent in where and how your dog chooses to sleep. Dogs experience the world primarily through smell. Their olfactory system is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's, according to research from Alexandra Horowitz's Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College. When your dog sleeps against you, they are immersed in a chemical landscape of information. Your skin emits compounds that change based on your hormonal state, your immune activity, your emotional regulation, and your dog reads all of it, continuously, through the night. This is why many dogs will shift positions during the night, not because they're restless, but because the chemical signal has changed. You moved from deep sleep to light sleep. Your cortisol shifted. Your breathing pattern changed. And your dog, without waking, adjusted. This is also why dogs often prefer sleeping on your clothing or your pillow when you're away. It's not symbolic. It's a direct chemical source of you, providing the same neurological reassurance as physical proximity. The scent is the presence. And your presence, even in chemical form, is genuinely calming to their nervous system. 5. There's a fascinating body of research looking at what happens to humans when dogs sleep near them, and the results challenge the old idea that dogs in the bedroom disrupt sleep quality. A 2017 Mayo Clinic study tracked 40 adults and their dogs over 5 nights using accelerometers on both human and dog. The finding was counterintuitive. Humans who had their dog in the room, though not necessarily in the bed, actually maintained a higher sleep efficiency score than those who didn't. The presence of the dog, researchers theorized, activated a sense of security that allowed humans to move through sleep cycles with less interruption. Your dog is not just receiving comfort from you. They're giving it back. The exchange is bidirectional, biochemical, and real. Oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released between mothers and infants, rises in both humans and dogs during periods of close physical contact, including sleep. You are, in the most literal hormonal sense, regulating each other. This is not a metaphor for love. It is love expressed through chemistry, proximity, and 10,000 years of co-evolution between two species who learn to need each other. 6. The last thing most people consider is this: where your dog chooses to sleep changes over time, and those changes are data. A dog who suddenly starts sleeping closer than usual, pressing harder, following you to every room before bed, is not becoming needier for no reason. Behavioral shifts in sleep proximity are one of the earliest signs that something has changed in the household: a new stress, a shift in routine, a change in your own emotional state. Dogs are exquisitely sensitive to consistency. Research from the University of Lincoln found that dogs are capable of reading micro-expressions and subtle postural changes in their owners with remarkable accuracy, often detecting emotional distress before the owner has consciously registered it themselves. So when your dog starts shadowing you at night, sleeping pressed against your chest instead of your feet, waking to check on you more frequently, pay attention. They may be responding to something real that you haven't yet put into words. They are not being dramatic. They are being precise. Now, here's the thing I promised you at the beginning, the part that genuinely changes everything. When researchers began studying service dogs trained to detect medical events, seizures, diabetic episodes, cardiac events, they discovered something that no one had fully anticipated. Untrained pet dogs, with no medical alert training whatsoever, were showing the same detection behaviors in their homes. Dogs were waking their owners before blood sugar crashes, pressing on their owners' chests during the onset of panic attacks, refusing to leave the side of people who were about to experience a health event. And the mechanism, researchers discovered, is chemical. Dogs can detect changes in cortisol, adrenaline, and other physiological markers through scent before any visible symptom appears. A study published in PLOS One confirmed that dogs can reliably detect elevated stress hormones in human breath and sweat with accuracy rates above 90%. This means that when your dog follows you from room to room, especially when you're stressed, or unwell, or haven't been sleeping properly, it may not be separation anxiety. It may be your dog responding to a real physiological signal your own body is broadcasting, trying, in the only way they know how, to stay close enough to help. They can't tell you something is wrong, but they can press against your chest in the dark, and stay there, and refuse to move. That's not clingy. That's devotion built on information you didn't even know you were sharing. If this has changed how you see your dog tonight, like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps more people find this channel. And leave a comment: is your dog a follower, always moving with you from room to room, or does he wait for you to come back to him? I read them all. Turn on notifications if you haven't already, so you don't miss any videos, because that's what we do here every week. we dive deeper into the world your dog lives in. And every time, it's worth it.